live. Welcome to POSTCAST after the Utah Jazz put on a dominating performance against the Brooklyn Nets, winning their 10th in a row. So many different things to talk about. It's almost hard to understand how good the Jazz are right now, and we're talking about it on POSTCAST. POSTCAST is brought to you by the store at 6200 South and 20th East, also located at the Gateway. Stop by for all your shopping needs and find out Utah's own, as they have Utah's local setup there. Chat rooms are open for you. David Locke along with Ron Boone. We are live for you on Locked On Live, on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. We're also live for you today on Locked On Sports on Facebook as well as on Periscope, and we are different audio tonight. Hopefully you can hear us all right. Ron Boone, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is we have a very good basketball team. And Quinn has to be very excited about what he has and how he's out on the court that can play well for him. I mean, what's really nice to hear is when you go into coaches' meeting and you hear the opposing coach talking about, we're really playing a very good basketball team tonight. They do this well, they do that well, that type of thing. How much respect I think the Jazz are generated around the league, not just from fans and our fans in particular, but from opposing coaches and players.
Ron, I think what every person listening right now wants you to take that the next step. They want to know how good. What do you mean by a good team? Do you mean title contender? What do you mean by good?
Well, I'm going to wait to just put that out as well until we start playing some of the Texas teams. We have not played any of the Texas teams or the Denver Nuggets. That's 16, about 20 games there that we'll have to play against those teams there. That measuring stick, I think, is going to be against those teams. But we're good enough to get to that second round right now, looking without even playing those other teams. But this is collectively a very good basketball team.
For those of you wondering on the audio tonight, we are aware on the audio that I'm coming to you. We don't have a regular headset set up tonight, so that's part of it. We also are, by the way, just for those that are on the live show, we are always only but the feed that we have from our internet feed in the building to our quality. So we will do the best we can. We understand the audio is a little different. You can always hear it live, though, if you are on the postcast on the Utah Jazz. On Locked On Jazz. You can get it also at utahjazz.com/LockedOnJazz whenever you have an audio problem. There's a bunch of heroes to talk about tonight. Actually, everybody from Tony Bradley holding down the fort so that we're not negative when he's on the floor to Rudy Gobert with what I thought was 6 minutes of the best defense I've ever seen him play. Ben Anderson on the postgame show points out the Jazz went on a 12-2 run. Everyone wants to talk about the 12. It's the 2. They held him to 2 points in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was so dominant, blocking shots and just stopping guys from getting to the rim. And you heard him say that guys don't want to come at him. And so all he does is get in their way. And
his comment was, they are scared.
Scared, yes. I didn't want to go there, but yeah.
He said it. It's a quote of the night. Why don't you use it?
He knows that
the Jazz, and it was incredible. He had one play that was basically a 24-second shot clock violation, all because of him. And it was interesting in our post-game interview where he basically said, I knew it. Like, I knew they were completely out of sorts. We knew they were up because of his presence. It's got to be an amazing feeling to be an NBA player. And really, from a defensive standpoint, there are probably 5 or 7 offensive players in this league who can dominate for 5 or 6 minutes. There might only be one defensive player in the league who can dominate a game for 5 or 6 minutes the way he just did.
One player in the league that is scared to go at it. Presence there, and of keeping guys from getting to the rim. And obviously the Nets want to play fast. They want to jack up threes, want to get there, but they want to get into the paint. And what's so impressive is that when they drive to the basket, they're looking weak side. They're not looking to score that often unless they have a huge advantage. And Rudy just really makes a difference. I'm not sure how many points in the paint they had tonight.
They actually had a lot because they're only 8 of 26 from three.
Yeah.
So where point in the paint's kind of a funky number. You actually don't want them taking threes.
Yeah. They ended up 58.
They took a lot of mid-range shots on a team that actually has one of the better offensive shot distributions in the league. I mean, talking about bending a shot chart. The other one that's amazing to me, the Jazz offensive rating tonight was a 120. Okay, Locke, you're into your geek stats. But 120 is the best, like 115 is the best in the league. There's nothing truly exceptional on this box score tonight. Like, if you look at what the Jazz did tonight, they shot 50% from the field, which is great, and Rudy was 9 of 12, and Joe Ingles was exceptional, but Royce O'Neal was 0 for 5. They shot 36% from 3. That's below their season average. It's one of their actually less good shooting nights. They went 13 of 15 from the line, which is good, but it's not a lot of free throws. They didn't turn the ball over, which is good. That's actually new to them. They didn't have an inordinate amount of offensive rebounds. Like, there's nothing truly crazy in that box score tonight, and their offensive rating's a 120.
That's amazing. Now, looking at that, whereas the Brooklyn Nets shoot 50% from the field.
And not only lose, this game was not close.
Especially after that second quarter wasn't close.
Yeah, the Jazz led by a great deal. Donovan Mitchell's fourth quarter, he had 14 points after a night where he struggled. It's just another sign of how good he's getting.
Yeah, after that.
Yes.
He missed some little shots there in that first half that was close enough, coming up short on a number of occasions. But once he saw the ball go in the second half, then things started to change. And once he saw that the defense was really jumping, trying to beat you over the top of the screen and really jumping ball side, screen side, and giving him that alley to get all the way to the basket. What did he get? 3 layups in a row, it seemed like, over the top of Allen trying to block his shot. And he just saw it going in, and all of a sudden, it's the Donovan Mitchell show.
The Donovan Mitchell show. And then the final one was the best for last. Joe Ingles.
Yeah.
The Jazz offense just took over this game on a pick and roll between Joe Ingles and Rudy Gobert for a long stretch of the game. Joe Ingles had 27 career high. He was had the ball with him. He was absolutely terrific tonight.
6 for 8 from the 3-point line. He ended up with 4 assists, but older. I mean, he was very offensive minded tonight. Some nights he's not, some nights he is, but he saw that, he had it going and he can get into the paint and anytime he gets into the paint, that works 2 ways. If the defender thinks, okay, I'm not going to give Rudy a dunk and I'm going to challenge Joe Ingles, then Rudy gets a dunk. I mean, one or the other is going to happen because Joe does a great job of setting himself up and putting himself in a position where that defender has to make a decision, and a lot of times it's the wrong one.
The Jazz win it tonight, dominating. This game opened as a 1-point line. It moved to 3, and the Jazz were up by double figures virtually the whole second half, and were just way better than Brooklyn. This is quite something to watch. They have won 10 in a row. They are the 10th Utah team to ever win 10 in a row, 11th in franchise history, the second one since 2009, and doing it in all sorts of different ways and different manners. Thanks for tuning in. Apologize for the audio. It's my bad. Ron's not at fault. You probably could have figured that out.